booth representatives for their introduction. Actually, the Biotics booth and CXO booth are sponsored by Biopôle, which is a vibrant community, thanks to more than 150 companies employing around 2,500 talents, which are hosted in Biopôle campus. And it's Mr. Olivier Philippe, Director of Business Development and Corporate Relations, who's gonna present to us the activities of Biopôle. Olivier, welcome.
Thank you, Denis.
You can use this.
Okay. Thank you. Hello, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to present Biopôle. Maybe before I start, a quick overview of what's going on the north of Lausanne at Biopôle. How many of you have heard before the event about Biopôle? Right, not too bad. And how many of you went on site at Biopôle already? Okay, can do more. We can do more. But I think we have the opportunity to welcome you very soon. So, briefly about Biopôle. So, we are the Life Sciences campus of State of Vaud. But more than building, it's really about an ecosystem and a community. So we're founded in 2004 by the, again, public authorities. We are a not-for-profit company owning the campus. And the initial idea of the canton was to create a pole of excellence in life sciences, close to the hospital, close to CHUV. And we've been growing very fast since, let's say, 2009, 2010. So there is a massive development there and only dedicated to life sciences, which is for us pretty wide. We used to say from wellness to illness. So it's biotech, pharma, medtech, digital health, laboratory instrumentations, diagnostic, also service providers, experts like Francisco and his team. So it's a big diversity and a big portfolio of different players. The mission of Biopôle is to be one of the leading life sciences ecosystem internationally, at least in Europe, and innovation is really at the heart of the strategy. Biopôle is known as the innovation hub, so for sure we have headquarters, sales teams and so on, clinical teams, but it's a lot about R&D there, so we are not an industrial park. It's not about production or let's say small scale or very innovative production, but this can go elsewhere in the canton. So Biopôle, we are part of major ecosystems. For sure, the Swiss innovation ecosystem, that's very important. So we are connected with all the big players in this field. The life sciences industry, which is a major economic driver, as you may know. This is 42% of the Swiss exports, and so we play for sure a role in that. I mean, our ecosystem and our networks. And last but not least, here in the region that you know, labeled as the Health Valley, which is the largest life sciences cluster in Switzerland with more than 1,000 companies, 500 research labs. For sure, EPFL is contributing a lot in that. You as well, because you're part of the talent pool. We have more than 40,000 people in this industry, including 5,000 students, and you are part of this, so keep connecting with us. Facts and figures, I mean, Denis started to give some numbers. We are not a real estate agency. We don't care about square meters. It's really about science and innovation and economic promotion, job creation, and so on. And you will see that we are very well connected with the students' organization, because that's very important to give you the opportunity, and especially for companies on site, to grow your career here if you want to go in the corporate world. So this number, so 134,000 square meters, that's the total space of Biopôle, dedicated again to life sciences. This makes us one of the largest, maybe the largest life science campus in Europe. So we have 135 companies, all size, startups, SMEs, multinationals, and so on. 2,500 people on site. Very successful company, or let's say a network of seasoned entrepreneurs. The company based at Biopôle so far have raised 2.4 billion, 600 million in the last 2 years. So there is a massive investment in these startups. We're pretty proud of this number. The collaboration rate. So 60% of our companies do have at least one collaboration with a research group on site or with another company. And we know this is much more than that. So we like to connect the dots with events on site, off site. So we're pretty active on the promotion and visibility side. So that's the Biopôle campus for those who do not know it. So the left side, I would say, of Biopôle is all the academic groups. So the Faculty of Biology and Medicine, the University of Lausanne, the Department of Oncology, CHUV, the Ludwig Institute of Cancer Research right now, finalizing the construction of a major R&D center dedicated to immunotherapy vaccines. After San Diego and Oxford, the third one, R&D center of the Ludwig, is at Biopôle. And the CHUV is going to bring all the immunology and personalized department starting this year with the construction of a new building. So there's a massive, again, presence of academic research. That's very important. And we have built bridges. Startups are using technology platforms from the university, from CHUV and so on. And all the other buildings you see here, that's for corporates. So all these 135 companies, and we're going to welcome more. We welcome about 30 new companies on site every year. So big companies, I mean, I'm glad to see today also Ferring presenting. Henri will talk about the center in biologics development. Roche for sure, ADC Therapeutic listed in NASDAQ, CSL Behring, but also a lot of startups, around 60 startups on the campus. So it's a massive presence of innovation and future breakthrough technologies, let's say HIA or distal motion, ADC, adaptive biosystem, Alitea, and the others. So a lot of spin-off from EPFL, of course, but not only, coming all over the place. 50% of our companies are from the Lausanne, from the state of Vaud. The rest is coming from other cantons and other countries. The UNIL, the CHUV, and the Ludwig, but not only. There is Unisanté with a strong presence, the Swiss Nutrition and Health Foundation, the Blood Center also doing research. And again, that's also key players in the ecosystem. A few words on, again, the startup ecosystem at Biopôle. So we launched back in 2018 Start Lab, which is our life sciences incubator. So right after your career in the lab, you want to set up your own startup. So this is where you can continue to develop your R&D and grow the company. So it's a co-working lab, fully equipped, so very affordable, and you're part of about 25 right now companies, startups in Start Lab. So it's a great success, and it's a great facility, I would say, and network. Then after Start Lab, potentially Super Lab, which are private labs. So when you grow the team, after your seed funding, you raise a bit more funding, you're growing the team, growing the equipment and so on, and then you want to have your own lab without constructing it, without managing it. So Super Lab can help you in that space. It's also a big facility, which is very well known now in Switzerland, because the first location was and is at Biopôle, and they're going to expand in Basel, in Zurich, and other cities in Europe. We have a hub in digital health where we concentrate a lot of, let's say, digital health solutions, electronic health records, apps, connected devices, AI companies in life sciences. And linked to the DH2, we have, for about now 3 or 4 years, launched the Vanguard Accelerator, which is dedicated to any project at the prototype level that we're going to support for 6 months, giving space, giving expertise with a network of 30 experts to really, let's say, validate the business case, work on the clinical studies, maybe develop a new application, whatever. So this is a very hands-on program and a kind of super connector with the ecosystem. The fund, so we also, as you now understand, we are very startup friendly. So we offer for Biopôle-based companies, Biopôle startups, I would say, up to 90,000 Swiss francs per year, times 3 years. So it's a big amount of money, in addition to all what the canton can give in terms of support and incentives and so on. This is to cover operational costs, let's say buying new equipments, paying for salaries, hiring consultants, really to speed up your developments. Last but not least, Biopôle is renowned as a hub for innovation. So a lot of big companies, the Roche, Novartis, BMS, CSL Behring, Swiss Medical Networks, LabCorp. So we have 9 corporate partners that we help to connect with startups. So if you have an idea, don't hesitate to connect with us, because they are really eyeing early stage innovation, emerging technologies. We organize a lot of things for them. It's a program we have launched for big corporates to be connected to the Biopôle for sure campus, but it's even wider than that because our connection goes through Europe. So we have them to scout and invest, license, and buy new technologies. Now about students, and I'm nearly done. So for those who do not know Biopôle, I want to visit. So we have an annual day. We did last year, the first edition. The second edition is 26th of March. I think this is more or less sold out, but we have a waiting list. I think we have already 200 people registered, but feel free to apply. We also support students' internships. So we are part of the Catalyze for Life program, which has been developed by the School of Life Sciences at EPFL. And actually, we pay, we take in charge the salary for a 6-month, I think, internship for Biopôle companies, a third Biopôle, a third the company, and a third EPFL Catalyze for Life program. We are very well connected with the student organization. That's very important again. There are a lot of opportunities for you and for companies to get your expertise. So the BSNL network, Skill for Scientists of the University of Lausanne, for instance. And we have open positions, so the companies, they do, when they want, let's say, share their open position at Biopôle. There are many different types of profiles, so don't hesitate to go on the website, on the Biopôle website, the job section. And I think we have a QR code here, so don't hesitate to scan it. Follow us on LinkedIn, very important to get to know more about what we're doing, the events you can also attend. We do a lot on that level as well. So I will be with you part of the morning today, so don't hesitate to come and connect with me. Thank you very much for your time and for your attention.